Hey guys, good morning. This is Curtis here at bullytree.com, and it's a Sunday morning, and I think it's the first time, not I think, I know it's the first time that I'm doing a video on a Sunday morning, because I've never had to do a video and think about running the church after, which is what I have to do. After that, after church, I have to perform in a concert. You know, I'm a musician and also I'm a music teacher, which is my livelihood, and I have to play in a concert at 1 o'clock. So anyway, I wanted to make this video really quickly because I guess one of my followers asked me about it, and I think it was a really good question, and it set me to thinking. What he did ask? He asked me, Curtis, what do you think about UKC accepting American Bullies and so on and so on? And he asked me, is this a good thing? Is it a step in the right direction? And he also asked me, should users use both registries for their dogs? Should they be dual registered? Well, let me answer each question really quickly. First question, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing that UKC has decided to accept the American Bullies, exotics, whatever you want to call them. I think it's a good thing. Why is it a good thing? Because there's strength in numbers. You know, there's always strength in numbers. And if people can have their dogs dual registered with two of the main registries, you know, for bully type dogs, it says something. It says that the dogs are being recognized. And we want our dogs to be recognized in positivity. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with ABKC or UKC as far as negativity. Everything is right with them, you know. Well, not everything, but you know, nothing is perfect. But these registries have done good for the dogs. They have done good for the breeds, and I think it's a good thing that UKC has decided to accept American Bullies on their agenda. Okay, it's a bit surprising because initially it seemed as though all they did was contradict the dogs for not being up to standard, and for good reason, I think. You know, a lot of people fake their papers and so on and so on, and sometimes people don't want to deal with that. They don't want to deal with, you know, that type of you know, chaos. You know, any registry that's trying to be a good registry, that is generating true 100% proof pedigrees, will be, you know, skeptical about accepting dogs that they know for a fact have bad pedigrees. But it's still a step in the right direction because, like I said, there's strength in numbers, and you know, UKC and ABKC is always working to try and straighten out pedigrees and make sure they're right. So just hang in there. I think UKC has done a good thing. The motive, obviously the motive, I mean, there's one motive for these people, you know. You don't not accept something and then accept it. So the motive for UKC is obviously money. They know what they've recognized what directions the dogs are heading in. They recognize the movement of the American Bully and the American exotics, and the exotic bullies, and they don't want to be left out of that because there's a lot of money there. People are kind of moving away from the American Pit Bull Terriers a little bit, you know. It would seem so, and it's sad to say that, but it seems like that's what's happening. You know, people are referring to American Pit Bull Terriers as giraffes and you know, horses and all that stuff because they have longer legs, you know. They're the real dogs, guys. The old style dogs are the real dogs. Don't fool yourself. You know, I'll stand up for you, but don't ever bash the old dogs. You know, the word bull, the word bull means bull. It means bull. It means that those dogs were ready to battle a bull. Okay, they were still ready to. So don't bash the old style dogs, guys. You know, they are bullies. They're the real, true, original bullies. Okay. On to the next thing. So Curtis, how do you think that people should have their dogs dual registered? Yeah, you should have your dogs dual registered. Why? Simple. Because it says that, for one thing, it looks better on paper. You know, say my dogs are dual registered. You know, these two registries recognize my dogs. They recognize my dogs' pedigrees. And if you don't believe one, you can even believe the next. You know. For the second thing is what I always preach is you never put all your eggs in one basket. What if one day UKC comes up and says, no, we're not accepting bullies anymore. You know, then you would have already been registered with ABKC. But that's not all. You see, I would like people to go out and try some of the smaller registries also, you know, because smaller registries turn into big registries. So go ahead and try the C3, Pete's registry, you know, really clean thing going on there. The man, he's a dog owner, you know, that's another thing. I like people that have registries that know about the dogs, from actually owning the dogs. You know, Pete at C3, he owns dogs, he knows dogs, he's been around dogs, you know, he has Old English Bulldogs, you know, French Bulldogs. So that's a really great little registry. USBR, Ed Shepherd, give him a shot. If he will accept you, if your credentials are good and he wants to accept you, go ahead and accept it and you know, register with four kennel clubs. The one I would say to stay away from, you know, because it has no value to you, is the Bullypedia pedigree certificate. It hardly has any value, you know. It's not a registry. It does nothing for your dogs, and he can't come running to your dog's defense if there's some legal situation to say, well, yes, this is his pet, you know, none of that stuff, you know. So, you know, you want to support him because you support Bullypedia. That's one thing, but don't go buying that because you think it's gonna make it. You know, it has no weight really. I already talked about that, so I'll leave it alone, right? So yeah, go out and try, you know, other registries. The IBKC, I heard, have an issue with issuing papers to their people. You know, hopefully they can get it straight because a lot of people seem to want to support them. So go ahead and support, you know, your registries, especially if the owners of the registries are part of the bully community as far as owning dogs, taking part in bully events, and so on and so on, promoting the dogs especially. Okay, so yes, my loyal fan, it's a good thing to dual register your dogs. It's a good thing that UKC has decided to accept American Bullies.